Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. So we're coming in today and we're going to do a video on just all of the craziness. And I haven't done a video in a while. I figured now is the time to do it, to get back on the bandwagon. Our new studio that Tim has been building for the last couple of months is getting close to being finished. We still have some sound issues to deal with in the studio, so we've ordered we actually got today in the mail the 1 foot by 1 foot little sound squares, whatever, to help with the echo in there, because there's a definite echo. You can probably hear echo in here. There's definite echo in here. But anyway, that should be ready probably in the next week. And we'll be able to start recording in there and doing some really cool stuff for both channels. And so we have a green screen in there, we have a black curtain in there, and we're going to be setting that up coming up. I need to get some lighting at some point, some better lighting to work with that green screen. So I'm in the middle of trying to figure all that out right now. But anyway, I just wanted to come in and just talk about this whole coronavirus. And right there, YouTube has flagged me and will demonetize the video, but that's fine. It's okay. YouTube is YouTube today. It's just 1938 Germany. It's censorship extraordinaire, and that's just where we're at in America today. So, and everyone's freaking out about toilet paper and all of this stuff. And what do we do? Zach, what are you doing? I've gotten lots of emails from people saying, Zach, what are you doing? Listen. You know what I'm doing. I'm on a homestead. I have said over and over again in my videos, when you push preparedness, when you push self-sufficiency to its logical conclusion, you will end up on a homestead. It's that simple. Because when you're in the city or when you're in the suburbs and you're constantly thinking about these things happening, because they do happen, all you have to do is be a student of history to know that these things happen. And we lived in such comfort and security as Americans most of our lives because of the hard work of our ancestors, our parents and grandparents, that we have forgotten what hard times actually look like and don't realize, because they don't teach history in school anymore. They don't teach these things. And so empires rise, empires fall, plagues come, plagues go. And when that happens, a lot of people are usually hurt by them. And so it's good to be prepared. And so if you're thinking about preparedness, you're thinking about self-sufficiency, you're going to worry yourself until you're in a spot where you're on a homestead, where you can grow some of your own food, you can raise some of your own animals, you have the ability in the room to store up some of these things that people are going nuts for at the stores right now. And so until you're in that place, you're always going to be trying to get there if you're really, truly concerned about preparedness and self-sufficiency. So that's what I'm doing. I'm on the homestead. I'm good. We can close up the mountain, and we are remote as remote can get, this side of the well, I wouldn't say that, right? You can be in like Montana, Idaho. Is it called the Redoubt? You can be there, but you're not going to have a very good growing season. And so we're in the Ozarks, and we're in a pretty remote spot for the most part, and there's just not a lot of people who live out here. But there's good ground, there's good growing season, there's good water. It's raining and raining and raining. It's just the rain does not stop. Sometimes it seems like we're in a tropical paradise without the tropics. But so we have plenty of water. All of our water tanks right now are full. Our wells are full. Everything is full. And we have plenty of food and water that can sustain this homestead, for a long period of time. So Trump is getting ready to come out on the news sometime today at 3 o'clock, maybe Eastern time. And he's going to maybe declare a national emergency. And some people are speculating what that's going to entail, if that's going to entail a shutdown. It looks like it may include a United States shutdown. And that may restrict travel within borders or necessary travel within borders of the states. The federal government can regulate interstate travel, but they cannot regulate in-state travel. Is that right? They can regulate travel over state borders, but they cannot regulate inside states. Inside state falls to the purview of the state governments. So who knows what all this is going to entail, and if they're going to shut down. They've already shut down most of the schools and anything. And I was kind of disappointed. Listen, like in a week or two, I was planning on taking the kids to the Ark Museum in Kentucky. We wanted to go to the Ark Museum. We wanted to go to the Ark Encounter. We wanted to go to, there's an aquarium there in Cincinnati. We were really planning on visiting. And so all of that is out the window. And we had our lodging all paid for and everything. It was yeah, kind of a mess. So all that's been put on hold because I don't want, while the Creation Museum hasn't announced a closure yet, I mean, they may before this video actually goes live, I don't want to go somewhere a couple states away and then be stuck with a shutdown that's going to prevent me from getting back to the homestead. And that's my main concern right now. Everything I need is here. So I'm not going to go somewhere, even though I have the ability to prep properly, and when traveling, I don't want to go somewhere and be stuck when everything I need is here. So I think we're going to cancel that trip, and it's very disappointing. My parents were actually going to be coming to the area on our way back because they were going to be going to a wedding. The wedding has been canceled. I mean, think of that. Think if you're the bride and the groom, you've planned a wedding, and I don't know if they canceled it or I think maybe the venue that they had the reception at and everything was canceled because of it's a group of a certain amount of people, and so they had to cancel, and so their wedding is just ruined. Stuff like that is happening everywhere. Listen, what can you do? Everyone's asking, Zach, what can we do? And number one, have water. Have the ability to, hopefully you have water, hopefully you have the ability to filter water. Let's just say water gets turned off tomorrow. Who knows how bad this is going to get, if the economy is really going to take a hit. And what are you going to do? Hopefully you have water and the ability to filter more water. And before you negative Nellies out there start saying, Zach, that'll never happen, it's just not going to happen. You're just spreading fear, Zach. You morons are not a student of history. Just in our lifetimes, people within the sound of my voice who are listening today, probably you were born, hopefully in the last 20 years, you have lived through the collapse of Sarajevo. You have lived through the collapse of Buenos Aires in Argentina. You have lived through the collapse of Venezuela, which is just recently. And every single time when these things happen, when these economic collapses happen, people fall back on, do you have enough water? Do you have enough food? Do you have gold and silver? Because fiat money is worthless. It's just paper, guys. It's not backed by anything. Okay? There's nothing backing this other than the good word of the United States government. And the United States government just this last week pumped in $1.5 trillion into U.S. treasuries, which lowers the buying value of this paper money. Anytime you pump money like that into the economy, and all it is about being a student of history. If you watch, if you've looked at Zimbabwe, you can buy Zimbabwe $1 trillion bills online right now because Zimbabwe's money is worthless. Venezuelan money is worthless. There were times when Sarajevo in Bosnia went through its economic collapse because of war, and their money was worthless. And people who were in those areas, including Argentina, Buenos Aires, those places, if you had gold, if you had food, you had water, you had silver, you could feed your family and get through the hard times that were happening there. So don't think it can't happen here. It has happened here in the past. You've just forgotten it, and your crappy public schools haven't taught it, and so you've forgotten. So the reality is it can happen here. What have you done to prepare? Hopefully, let's start over. You have water. You have a way to filter more water. Okay, if the water were turned off tomorrow, hopefully you have a water source nearby where you can even pail water into the house if you need to, and filter more water. So hopefully you have a water filter or two. A Berkey is great. Other ones are great too. Katadyn makes very good filters. Anyway, you can find filters online at lots of places. Hopefully you have something like that. Do you have food? Beans and rice. Easy. People have subsisted on beans and rice for millennia. Do you have beans and rice? Okay, I don't care if you don't like rice. I don't care if you don't like beans. You can do lots of things to beans and rice to make it taste really good. Okay, so if you have beans and rice, you're set. If you have other staples and things set aside, great. Other ready-to-make meals, awesome. There's lots of things out there you can stock up on. Why in the world everyone's buying toilet paper? I have no idea. It makes absolutely no sense. And in fact, I almost wonder, listen, we can go down the conspiracy theory road. If anybody should be doing runs on anything, it should be maybe runs on the banks, runs on food. I don't know. Just toilet paper, it makes no sense. They're literally talking about shutting down everything for 2 months in the United States. Italy is on complete quarantine. So, yeah, it can happen. Hopefully you have water. Hopefully you have food. Hopefully you have maybe some precious metals. And that's something that usually gets a lot of ridicule from people. Oh, Zach, what are you going to do? Eat the gold? What are you going to eat your silver? Well, no, again, being a student of history, Sarajevo, Buenos Aires, Venezuela, people who had gold and silver in those places had the ability to feed their family, because gold and silver will never be worthless. Say it with me. Gold and silver will never be worthless. I have a roll here of silver dimes I bought from Admex a couple of years ago. I've always continued to stock my gold and silver when I can do it. And this will never be worthless. The ironclad garbage that you have in your change holder or in your couch or in your car, that stuff is worthless. It's not worth anything. There's no real metal value of the coins that we have today. This is pre-1964 silver dimes, and they're Roosevelt dimes, and will always be worth money. Always, always, always. The silver denariuses that were made 2,000 years ago are still worth their weight in silver today. Okay, so, and they've never been worth zero. This stuff, it's just paper. It's just paper. It can be worthless tomorrow. And if they're pumping $1.5 trillion of new U.S. currency into the treasuries every week, we're moving that way quick, fast, and in a hurry. You know, Helicopter Ben. Remember Ben Bernanke? If we have to drop money from helicopters, we'll do it to keep the economy afloat. Well, it only works for so long until there's just so much of it, and it makes this paper worth nothing. So I've seen a lot of people online like, oh, now's a great time to buy into the stock market. Again, more paper, not worth anything. Now's a great time to be buying some gold and silver. Actually, you should have been doing this months and years ago. Because if it really gets hard, if it really gets tough, that will feed your family. That will feed your family. And then having the ability to protect it all. Having the ability to protect it all. So let's just say you're in a spot where you don't have any of that. You don't have any of that. The best thing I could tell you to do is, at the very least, start at the beginning, because you're going to be better off than most people. Again, water, the ability to filter more, okay, food. Get those three things, okay? Water, the ability to filter more, and food. Whether it's cheap beans and rice, it doesn't matter what it is. Get food. Get a way to feed your family, to keep the bellies full. And I know it's not going to be Pop-Tarts. It's not going to be, your favorite sugar cereal in the morning. Your bagels or whatever you like. The comfort food, pizza. You might not be able to get frozen pizza, but whatever you can get. It'll keep your belly full. It'll keep you and your family fed. So if you have nothing right now, you're living in the city, you're living in the apartment, just get some water, get some ability to filter more, and get some food. Get those things. That's what I tell you to do. And then, again, empires rise and fall. There will be a recovery at some point. And when that recovery happens, then get your butt in gear and get back to where you should have been when the last collapse happened. Get a firearm, get a way to have some better food preps, get out of debt, get to a homestead, find some land, even if it's a couple acres, buy some gold and silver and stock that away, for a rainy day. Buy a still. I mean, we live in the country. I live in the Ozarks, and every backwoods hillbilly out here has got its own still, and they can make their own rum, their own whiskey, their own whatever. And, Country Boy Can Survive, right? Oh, that's a great song. Country Boy Can Survive. So if you can get all, I'm thinking of my nickname that somebody around here calls me. City Boy Can Survive. You can survive. So just get those things. Get some of those things. And, weather the storm. People ask me, what am I doing? I'm not doing a lot, because I'm already prepared. I'm already ready for this stuff, and been ready for it for years. And our family's been through some hard times lately, but we'll get through whatever times that are coming. We'll figure it out. So hopefully you guys out there can stay healthy. We've done videos on this too, and I'll leave you with this. We've done videos on your most important prep is your attitude. So maintain a positive attitude. Know that today is going to be a good day. And forget about the things that you can't worry about. I know there's a lot of conspiracies out there. What if this virus is engineered? What if it's a result of G5 or whatever the G5 or 5G, whatever that is? What if it's a result of this or that? And, it's, Bill Gates seeking his revenge on humanity or whatever. You can't control any of that. If any of those conspiracy theories are true, so what? You can't do a darn thing about it. So instead of worrying about that and saying, woe is me, and declaring to your Facebook friends, that this whole thing is engineered and, they're trying to kill us all, why don't you worry about the things you can worry about? And that's you, your family, and keeping fed, keeping hydrated, and trying to stay healthy through it all. Okay? So that's what you can do. Don't worry about the stuff you can't worry about, and worry about the things you can worry about. Okay? Sound good? All right. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're going to make it a great day, because I'm going to make it a great day. And no matter where you're at, no matter what's going on in your life, I hope you continue just to keep a positive attitude. All right, guys. See you next time on An American Homestead. Oh, and these shirts. Oop, my camera just fell down. There we go. These shirts are new and available on, because really the reality is, if you're going to go through an apocalypse, you want to have one of these shirts. I mean, I'm just saying, right? So, if you're interested in these shirts, it's got the AK on there, it's got the AR in there, established 2012. If you're interested in an American Homestead shirt and some other shirts that we have for sale over at Amazon, you can see the link below. And check out a link from our sponsor coming up right now. Bye, guys.
Hey, guys, I'm happy to introduce an American Homestead sponsor, ZEAL. Now, first off, I only accept sponsors from products that I use and believe in. My family uses ZEAL mainly because we want to ensure a healthy immune system. You see, it's made up of only whole food concentrates and includes no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. The included sweetener is all natural from fruit and the stevia leaf. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, and it's kosher. In 2018, my youngest son was involved in a bike accident that resulted in the surgical removal of his spleen, and that's an important part of his immune system. And because we live on a farm, you can guess that having a healthy immune system for our family is very important. Some of the included ingredients are beetroot, chicory root, turmeric, moringa, blueberries, cranberry, goji berry, milk thistle, ginseng, alfalfa, broccoli, and so much more. It's these natural ingredients that can easily be made into a powerful and tasty drink that my family can make and feel good about. So sign up and give it a try today. Every purchase you make goes to help the homestead so that we can continue to make great homesteading videos for you. Link is in the description below. Go ahead, give it a try. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.